Listen, changing lives. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. And by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Friday evening, and welcome into Huff Hall on the campus of the University of Illinois in Champaign as we get ready for more Big Ten wrestling action. The Hawkeyes and the Illinois Fighting Illini. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside sitting up in the middle section here of the arena. Call it maybe a mezzanine, kind of the middle part. They've got lower bleachers and then kind of a walkway and then some bleachers up behind us. And nice little facility here as the Hawkeyes hit the road again. 2 duels this weekend. We'll head up to Evanston tomorrow and wrestle Northwestern on Sunday as the Hawks coming off of that win last weekend over Purdue. Mark, like we said, it's kind of a nice little facility. A little bit smaller. Last time we were here, actually you weren't here. You had COVID, I think, last time. So you didn't get to travel with us,
Yeah, this is the one that I ended up missing for COVID. I missed this whole swing, the Illinois Northwestern swing. That's right. I forgot all about that.
But we were over at the State Farm Center, their main big arena, and that was a good environment, had a good crowd. But this is a nice place, too. I mean, it's a little bit older, concrete for the bleachers and everything, but it's intimate. You're going to get a lively crowd in here. They've got an orange out, so there's going to be plenty of orange like you always see when you come to Champaign. And this is an Illinois squad that, on paper, got a couple of guys that are pretty decent, but, every time you see that black and gold across the way, Coach Poeta and the rest of these Fighting Illini going to come at it with their best as soon as they step out onto that mat.
I love this facility. I like these type of facilities that, are older. It's still plenty big. You fit probably, 5,000 people
easily,
here,
yeah.
I don't know if it'll even be full tonight or not, but I like wrestling in these environments. I'd rather wrestle in an environment like this and have it be nice and full and loud. And there's a lot of Iowa fans here, too. A lot of orange, as you said, it's an orange out, but there's a lot of Iowa fans here, too. Max Mear's dad's down there. The Oltzes are here. Danny's sitting here. We might get Danny up here for a nice halftime show. Got a good chance to talk with Molly, Coach Gable's second oldest daughter. Third oldest daughter. Sorry, third in line. And their family. And Mark Johnson is here, which was awesome to talk to Mark Johnson, former assistant coach for the Iowa Hawkeyes. I really, really enjoy that guy every time I get a chance to see him. And but this is just a good facility. They got the band here, and this is this is wrestling. Obviously, we want to be in Carver Hawkeye Arena, Bryce Jordan Arena with sold out crowds and stuff like that. But sometimes you come to these schools like Big Ten Northwestern, they just don't have the fan following, and you're not going to get. You're not going to get 12 to 14,000 fans in the seats, and this is what you have. And I still like the intimate environment of being in these kind of these raw arenas. This building this year is 100 years old.
Yeah.
This building has, as they say, if these walls could talk.
Yeah.
This building's been through a lot, seen a lot. So I like these environments, and I think our team does too. And, I was down in the locker room earlier, and I can't remember who I was talking to. Maybe Patrick, I think. Want to know if that was the same locker room that we used to go into when I was wrestling. I was like, yeah, exact same locker room, and everything looks exactly how it was, except for I think they have new floors. But everything else is exactly the same, and it's not pretty.
It is definitely a 100-year-old building. We'll just say that. So it adds some character, though, which is pretty exciting. And speaking of character, going to see some different faces in the Hawkeye lineup here tonight. Most notably, we're going to see Brody Teske bump up to 141. I didn't realize. I haven't looked. Did you see Real down in the locker room, or is he on the trip?
He's not on the trip.
Okay.
And I'm not going to speak for anybody or anything. I don't know, but I don't believe he's hurt. I think it's just more of a, hey, you know what? We're just going to give him this road trip off, and it's a long season, and we obviously don't need him to win these dual meets, and plus it'd be a good opportunity for Teske to get an opportunity to get some matches in here too, and kind of figure out what's going to happen at 33. And so I think it's really good of Tom to, maybe, give Real Woods a weekend to just kind of stay home and relax and come back rejuvenated next week from Michigan.
And then, like you said last week, Probably going to see Bradley Hill tonight, which means most likely we'll see Ben Keeter on Sunday. Ben is down here. He is on the trip, and that's one of those. I keep getting text messages. What's the word on Keeter? What's the word? It's good to have some excitement like that, and I'm sure he's a young man that's probably chomping at the bit, ready to get out there. But Coach Brands has a plan in mind of what he wants to do to try to ease him into it and see where he's at. Yeah,
I think it's really smart. I think it's good to bring them both onto this trip, and I don't really know anything about their heavyweights here, and I don't know anything about the heavyweight at Northwestern either, but neither one of them, either school, I don't believe are ranked or anything. No. So both Hill and Keeter should have, I don't want to say easy matches because this is Division I wrestling. And if you're making the varsity lineup at a Big Ten school in Division I wrestling, that means you're doing something right, you know. But those are both matches that they're an opportunity for these guys to put some points on the scoreboard and hopefully, you know, dominate a little bit. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And Hill's been looking good too.
For sure.
Ever since that match at Nebraska, Hill's looked good.
Let's take a quick look at our Hawkeye Women's Wrestling Update, brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, featuring the Draft Day Sports Lounge, where you'll find great food, beverages, and the Top Golf Swing Suite ready to play. The Hawkeyes dominated the Iowa duels last weekend, defeating Missouri Valley College 42-0 and Life University 35-6. Then they just wrestled earlier this afternoon at the Indiana Tech duels over in Fort Wayne. They beat Campbellsville to start the day off 42-2, and then beat Indiana Tech 42-0. They will have an open tournament at Indiana Tech tomorrow that several of the Hawkeyes will be competing in as well. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, located just minutes south of Iowa City, is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural season of Hawkeye Women's Wrestling. Thank you to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort for your partnership with the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll step out, take a quick time out. We'll be back with more from Champaign right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
I was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 319-229-5155. That's 319-229-5155. 319-229-5155. On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to Champaign, Illinois. Huff Hall on the campus of the University of Illinois. Normally this time we have our talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer. One of those interesting things, though, Mark, with this facility, I'd gone down to talk to Tom, and he wasn't down there yet. And so I was standing around, and there was a few guys that were watching the Michigan-Ohio State match ahead of us, and standing there. And then all of a sudden I realized, like, it's after 7 o'clock. What's going on? And Tom comes in, and he had something else he was getting ready to do, and it's like, he got caught up here, he'd run up to do something, and he's like, nobody go up there. You're going to get caught with pictures and autographs, and because literally for the team to get to the locker room, they have to walk right where all the fans are coming into the arena. So didn't get a chance to talk to Tom. But like we said, that just adds to the atmosphere, adds to the flair just a little bit. But one of the things I was thinking about as I was writing down, and I mean, we've talked about it at various times, and you're looking at matchups on paper, and you're okay, here's a marquee matchup where Patrick Kennedy has the number 3 guy in the country, or you see some of these other matches where so-and-so's ranked 25 or 29, or a lot of those things. And it's interesting for us as announcers. It gives us something to talk about. That's a quote-unquote upset. It gives fans and the media some things. But when you're an athlete, how much do you pay attention to that? How much do you actually look and say, ooh, I have the number 5 guy in the country tonight? Or do you say, I'm wrestling Illinois, I don't really care anything else about this guy?
I mean, yeah, you pay attention to it, I mean, it's a highlighter on the calendar. It's a red circle, especially for a guy like Patrick Kennedy to come in and he's up a weight class. He's got to prove himself there, and so this is a really big match for him tonight. So, it's fun to have these type of matches to where you got something to really kind of step your game up, and as they say, iron sharpens iron. Whether it's in a wrestling room, whether it's in a competition. So when you got good competition, you spark your training a little bit, your mental aspect of things. You make sure everything's correct and right, and you just bring things to a whole nother level. So it's good, and not that you should ever not do that if you have someone that's not ranked at all and it's going to be easy peasy match or whatever. Because like I mentioned earlier, I mean, this is Division I wrestling in the Big Ten. You got to be ready to go at all times, and I mean, you could be up 9-10 to 1, and then all of a sudden get thrown to your back and pin. I mean, so it doesn't matter. You respect everybody, but I think Patrick Kennedy is going to be the marquee match of the night tonight. At least it is for me to watch. Him and then 149 with Rachi and Webster if Webster wrestles.
Yep. Well, normally, like we say, this is when we would be talking to Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer. Pioneer boosts your yields by combining industry-leading R&D with rigorous local testing. At Pioneer, what's next happens here. We'll take another timeout. We will come back and have starting lineups right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad, Brian, and his true blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire, at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bose, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
Deary Brothers Ford Winter Clearance Event. Warm up to these hot deals. Get a new 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab. Up to $6,000 off MSRP. Plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. Get a new 2023 Ford Bronco Sport. $1,500 rebate. Plus 1.9% financing for 66 months. 75 pre-owned cars and trucks. Clearance price. Plus top dollar for your trade. Hurry in before these hot deals are gone. Or shop online at DearyFord.com. Deary Brothers Ford in Iowa City, here for you.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to Huffball in Champaign. For Iowa and Illinois Big Ten Wrestling. Start this off at 153 pounds tonight. Colton Schreiber will be our stir that draws the drink. He'll be taking on
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty, or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
You wouldn't wear the same clothes every day, so why are you drinking only one kind of beer? Experience the largest area selection of craft beer at local craft cellar. Craft beer, non-alcoholic beverages, snacks, meats, and the hard stuff too. Bourbon, tequila, gin, and more. There really is something for everyone and every occasion at local craft cellar. Stop in today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Fran McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
While the winter wind blows, scoop up a zero-down, zero-interest deal on Caterpillar Tough excavation equipment at Altor for Cat. From the mini excavator on up, Cat Next Generation excavators feature industry-leading tech and safety features. See the latest models in all sizes at Altor for Cat. At 0%, zero down, and zero hassle, now is the best time to scoop up your new excavator. Win big this winter. Call Altorfer at 866-DEMO-CAT or visit altorfer.com. That's 866-DEMO-CAT or altorfer.com.
Hawkeye Sports and Fox Sports, AM 800, KXIC Iowa City. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Illinois Huff Hall. Mark Ironside as starting lineup being announced. As we started to say before the national anthem started, going to begin things tonight at 133 pounds. Colin Shriver for the Hawkeyes taking on Tony Madrigal, a senior with a record of 1-2 on the year. At 141, Brody Teske, the senior at 8-3, will be taking on Will Basinger. He is a freshman at 7-5. At 149, one of those marquee matchups, Caleb Bracci for the Hawks, a sophomore at 11-2, taking on number 8, Cannon Webster, the freshman at 11-1, finished third at this year's Midlands. At 157, number 2, Jared Franek, a senior at 16-1, takes on Joe Roberts, a junior at 5-4. At 165, number 6, Michael Caliendo, the sophomore at 16-1, takes on Chris Moore, a freshman at 7-5. At 174, the other marquee matchup, number 9, Patrick Kennedy for the Hawkeyes, the junior at 8-2, taking on number 3, Edmund Ruth, the junior at 12-1. First at Midlands this year, his only loss was to Keegan O'Toole of Missouri, who bumped up from 165 in their dual meet earlier this year. At 184, Aiden Riggins, a freshman at 9-9, taking on Dylan Connell, a sophomore at 3-4. At 197, number 14, Zach Glacier for the Hawks, senior at 16-0, takes on Joey Bronigal, a junior at 5-5. At heavyweight, Bradley Hill, the freshman at 14-4, taking on Peter Marinopoulos, a freshman at 4-1. And we'll close it out with 5th-ranked Drake Ayala, a sophomore at 15-2, taking on either Justin Cardani, a senior at 2-5, or Kalen Riley, a sophomore with a record of 8-4. Referees tonight are Peter Mankiewicz and John Hatfield. If you or someone you know needs support now, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. Also, March is a great time to schedule your vasectomy. The expert urologist at UI Healthcare specializes in both standard and minimally invasive vasectomy procedures. This March, get benched and recover in front of the TV. Schedule your appointment now. Visit uihc.org/appointment.
Jacob Warner in the house tonight. Is he from here originally?
He's from Illinois originally, yeah.
Champaign, though?
Not Champaign, but
I thought it was
think
just outside of Champaign somewhere.
It's in the area, yeah.
Champaign's just kind of like the biggest, closest town.
It's funny, we were, hey,
Nathan
Burak. What's up, stud? When we were both down in the locker room earlier, and Drake Ayala came over to get something, and you're like, hey, you're the heavyweight tonight. And he's like, I don't know what to do. We've started at 25 every match, so.
He's the heavyweight tonight. And I was like, you ain't going to know what to do with yourself. As he's reaching into a bag of roast beef and pulls out this great, big, huge handful of roast beef and shoves it in his mouth. Well, I guess you're going to eat more. Because you got a lot more time to digest that food.
Stay hydrated. Keep it going through you.
It's a way different feeling. When you're used to starting off every single dual meet right out of the gate, and then you're last. I never had to experience that, nor would I want to. It's just, I'd rather, it doesn't matter if you're first or last, just as long as you're the same thing every time.
Right.
And obviously when they draw sometimes, and obviously Illinois wanted to because we never do, I could see, he's 25 and they draw, 49. Okay, there's a few matches. But the extreme opposite, that's a whole different ballgame.
Ricky Bobby will be driving us home on Sunday. If he ain't first, you're last. Colin Schriever out, pacing around, waiting for Illinois to be announced. Also waiting for probably Big Ten Network.
I've seen a lot of fans in here tonight that, like couples and fans. Some of them are they came together, but some of them are like split.
Yeah.
Wearing Iowa, like a husband might be wearing Iowa and a wife might be wearing Illinois or vice versa or whatever. So obviously you're going to have a lot of that when you're on the border. But they got the foam fingers here tonight. Molly Ulza was, all the kids came in and they all. I've never seen a foam finger with 3.
Yeah. 3
instead of a 2. It's 3.
Yep.
It's like I should get one of those and set it right next to me as a reminder. Speaking of Ulzas and Coach Gable's daughters, congratulations to Eliza Mitchell, Jenny and Brian's daughter tonight, for qualifying for the state tournament. It's the first year in girls state wrestling that they've actually had a qualifier, I believe. This is the first year they actually qualified to get it, and that was in Cedar Rapids today. Was that Cedar Rapids?
Yep.
I know it's today, but it was in Cedar Rapids, right?
Yeah. Well, there was 4 different. So they've
regions,
got 8 regionals,
yeah.
But they paired all of them up, so they had 4 sites in order to do it,
yeah.
and so.
Well, that's exciting, and it's when you got 1,600 girls out for the sport of wrestling this year in the state of Iowa, you're gonna have to start making them qualify, and you can't just get that many girls through the tournament and so forth or whatever. And next thing you know, if it continues to keep growing, which hopefully it will, you're going to start having to divide them up by classes too, just like the boys. Obviously, you might not need 3, you just might need 1 or just 2, or something. So we'll see how the girls wrestling continues to evolve in the state of Iowa. A thing that worries me a little bit, there's really no other big schools other than Iowa that I don't think has anything on the horizon of getting wrestling, and that kind of worries me because if these girls don't have anywhere to go, or you keep growing it and you're only getting an X amount to college, then I don't know how much the interest is going to continue to grow in high school if you can't really go to the next level in college. So hopefully these college programs continue to keep growing at the female level.
Underway here at 133, Schriever. Good hand fighting. Then from a non-tie, Madrigal takes a shot from a long ways away, but Schriever able to get his hips back. Circles back up. Approaching a minute gone by. So far staying in the middle. See if Colin can have a little bit quicker start. He finished really strong. There's another shot by Madrigal. Sweep, gets 2 hands to the leg. Colin hipping into him, trying to stuff that head. Reaching back, grabbing an ankle. Madrigal trying to elevate. Gets a little bit higher up on the knee. Now probably going to hold on for a stalemate, and we do. Already hearing the home crowd wanting a stall call on Schriever. And there's a shot by Colin from a long ways away. That's part of what you talk about, though. You want to be, that should fuel you as a competitor. Everybody in here is against you. They want you to fail. And you want to come out and just stick it to them and say, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do my thing and win.
Well, that's the great thing about the sport of wrestling is, it doesn't really matter what the rank is, what the paper says or whatever, Every time you step on the mat, the score starts 0-0 when the whistle blows. And it's a 7-minute match, and anything can happen in that 7 minutes. And there's nothing more satisfying in life than to prove people wrong.
There's a shot, another double leg by Madrigal. Shoots us all the way off the edge.
Great shot. And, boy, look at the Illinois bench up on their feet, the entire bench up on their feet. He's taking some really good shots on Schriever here. Schriever's going to have to get to his offense.
Yeah. 45 seconds to go, first period, no score, first match of the night, starting at 1:33.
Schriever's ready to go, though. He had a major sweat going, got a really good warm-up in out here on the mat. I was watching
nice
him warm
snap,
up.
able to get to the leg from a non-tie, but couldn't quite hang on to it. He was a little extended there on that high crotch attempt. Actually grabbed down around the calf. 25 remains.
I just got a couple text messages about the ending to the Michigan and Ohio State meet. Ohio State won that one. Came down the last few seconds at heavyweight, and Ohio State's heavyweight upset Davidson, who was at Northwestern, transferred to Michigan.
Really?
But Michigan did forfeit at 141 pounds.
Right.
I don't know why or what obviously the rhyme or reason was there, but I know that they did forfeit at 141. So I think Michigan probably thought they were going to win the dual meet anyway, and that came back to bite them a little bit.
Scoreless at the end of the first. Madrigal choosing down.
0-0 at the end of the first.
Madrigal into a sit-out. Schriever trying to get forward pressure, looking for a half. Not there. Comes down to the seatbelt. Now looks to suck back. Madrigal back into that sit-out, though. Trying to get hand control. Another suck-back attempt by Schriever. Couldn't get it. Stays behind the arms.
Good job. Now forward pressure. Got to get back down to the mat.
Madrigal to his feet. Schriever trips him down as they go to the edge, slide out. Nice big video board down on the one end of the arena. They've got video of the match going on. They've got on one side, they'll have a recap of how each match goes. And then on the other side, they've got a picture of the current Illinois wrestler. And then down underneath that video, they've got team score, match score, riding time.
Schriever's got to get more forward pressure, like off the whistle. I mean, Magical keeps sitting back into him, and then we kind of sucking him into us and kind of hold him there. We need to drive him forward so that he can't get sat back into us, and there he just kind of Gramby's out of it for a one-point escape, and we did not get riding time. We got 43 seconds built towards the riding time. The problem with that, there was, Steven, that whole entire 43 seconds, we were just trying to ride him for a riding time.
Right.
We were just trying to hold on. We're just trying to ride him. We're in our mentality in that 43 seconds was never, ever once to try and break this guy down and turn him over and pin him. That was not where our mentality was. And that's why he got away on us. We're just trying to sit and hold and get to a minute.
And there we snap him right into our leg. Now he's able to cut that head off to the outside. Almost has us sat down. Throwing that whizzer in is Schriever. Madrigal down on the ankle. Colin trying to stuff the head, trying to limp knee out right there. Does.
Missed a pick there. That's good, though. Schriever got up to his feet, fought out of that. Now we got to get our own offense going. There was no offense in the first period here. He's trying to get something going. He changed the elevation there.
15 seconds remains in the second period. Schriever trailing 1-0.
I mean, you've already spent 3 minutes on the feet with him. By now, you should know from a feel and a sense of what you got to do to at least get to the legs. I mean, is it going to be the right side, the left side? I got to get more angles, snap more. I mean, we're letting too much clock time go away as the second period comes to an end, and we haven't even touched his legs yet.
Schriever starts down here to begin the third. He's got 43 seconds built towards his riding time. He gets set. Madrigal covers. Schriever tries to get up to his feet. Now into it, sit out. Trying to peel those hands free.
One at a time, stud. One at a time. There you go.
Two hands to the right hand.
There you go.
Madrigal hanging on to our ankle. Stands up and should be out. And is. So we're tied up at 1, a minute 35 to go in regulation. First match of the night, 133 pounds. Colin Schriever for the Hawkeyes. Tony Madrigal, a senior with a 1-2 record. There's a shot by Schriever and gets around behind and covers for the 3.
And he made that look easy. That was quick, too. He timed it perfectly. A nice low shot. And thing is, right off the shot, hit an angle, lassoed up the other ankle, boom. 2-point takedown. There, Madrigal does a Granby roll through. We stay right with him. Let him roll through. We stay with him. Now we're wrestling.
There, he's got that reinforced arm. Puts him over for near falls. There's a 4 count. Rolls him back over. Still has that arm, so hasn't been awarded the 4 points yet. About ready to get his riding time as well. Inside of a minute to go here. There, he lets out of that wrist. They slide to the edge. Off. Well, hand hit the hardwood, but they didn't call it. And there they will. Not a lot of room between the edge of the mat and the hardwood. We normally roll out an extra section of mat just to give some more room for wrestling on the edge. 44 seconds left. Back to the center.
He does have riding time now, too, at 103.
Leads 8-1.
With the
that riding time will make it 9-1.
Let's keep riding him out here, Tough. Find another turn. Go right back into that turn. Get that wrist. Drive it forward.
Into a sit-out. Gets the hand control. We drop down on the leg. Head to the inside, trying to work him back down to the mat. Tries to trip him down as they go out of bounds. Head back to the center. 27 seconds to go. Tom Branch telling him, control those hips.
Yeah, he's telling him kind of like a crab ride type of situation right there. Forward, 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 forward.
Allows Madrigal into that sit-out. There he's trying to pressure back forward. 15 seconds remains.
Get a wrist then. Get a wrist. Get a wrist. There you go. 2-on-1 it.
Tries driving him back forward. Now Madrigal up to his feet. Madrigal trying to peel that hand free. 3, 2, 1. And Colin Shriver with the riding time point is going to win 9-1. Puts the Hawkeyes on top by a score of 4-0. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. We move to 141 pounds. Brody Teske getting the nod for the Hawkeyes, bumping up. He'll be taking on freshman Will Basinger. Has a 7-5 record on the year. Basinger looks long and lean.
This kid looks like he's 12 years old.
But you go from a grad student to a freshman. True freshman, I believe.
He looks like he's 12 years old.
Basinger comes across right away, throwing that underhook in. Brody almost looked like he wasn't quite ready for that. Basinger just really controlling that tie to begin with. Let's see if Brody can settle in a little bit here and take this back. 2-on-1 now by Basinger. Teske trying to circle back towards the center, working a 2-on-1 of his own.
Definitely tell a difference in the size between Teske and Basinger. Teske being up a weight class. Basinger looks way bigger than Teske. He's controlling the ties on Teske. Teske hasn't felt someone this strong probably for a while here.
There's a nice snap into a low single, but couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, nice shot right there by Teske. Did a great job, too, coming right back up to his feet, circling out of that, not getting caught underneath someone that's bigger than you. Now snapping hard down there, trying to get it down to the mat. Doing a good job here, using his hands, moving his feet. Well done by Brody Teske. Front headlock here, hands are locked, pulls him all the way down to the mat. Basinger doing a good job, too. Keeps coming back up to his feet after some hard snaps by Teske. Teske just out. He has to wrestle off of those snaps, though.
1:45 to go, first period. Teske still in that front head. He's got that right elbow trapped. 2-on-1 underneath there. Now Basinger coming back across, looking for an underhook on the right side.
Basinger, it's like he only wants to go upper body.
Yeah.
He wants these underhooks, big time.
Brody snaps
Teske
again into the front head.
Keep him down there, Teske. Basinger a little bit bigger than him, though. A little bit stronger. I get it. What do I stalemate that for? Why is that a stalemate? There is no stalemate position there.
There's a duck attempt by Brody, but Basinger able to get the arm down and stop him just enough. Underhook. Brody trying to circle. Now double thrown in. They slide out of bounds. Head back to the center.
His Basinger, I'm telling you, he's already starting to get a little bit wobbles in the legs. Teske's doing such a great job staying on his head. But he wants these double unders on Teske so bad. He wants to just jack him up and throw him. He's got a guy that's smaller than him.
2-on-1 against Brody. Teske trying to clear his arm out, keeping the hands on that head. Stepped like he was going to take a shot, trying to get some movement there. Now goes an underhook himself on the left side. Brody's got a 2-on-1 of his own here. Head on the opposite side, though, trying to circle around. Almost got there, but then Basinger able to square back up with him. Inside of 30 to go, first period.
Nice shot, right to ankle.
Low
Job,
single
Teske.
from a non-tie.
Come up.
Trying to elevate with it. Gets it all the way up. Reaching across, trying to trip him down. Gets to the hip.
Nice.
Around the waist.
Pick him up.
And trying to pull him back down to the mat. There's a roll through, and they go out of bounds.
Teske.
No points.
Learn to finish a takedown. God dang it! He had him body locked all the way from behind and an arm trapped in there. Pick him up in the air and spike that hip on that side. But what were we doing? We're just sagging and trying to pull him on top of us, and when we do, he rolls with it and takes us right out of bounds. Pick him up and put him down.
Will be another scoreless first period.
You couldn't have a guy more dead to rights than what he had him.
Oh, yeah. Join the Iowa Lottery VIP Club. Interested to win tickets to see sold-out Iowa men's wrestling with the Countdown to Carver promotion. Play Hawkeye Gold scratch tickets today. Basinger for Illinois starts down to begin the second period. Right away into a tripod. Teske goes into that claw ride, bumps him back down to his base.
How big of a takedown would that been at the very end of the period to be up 3-0 right now?
Brody's got him back down to the base, trying to work a wrist. Can't get anywhere. Tripod. Bumps him back down into that claw ride. Seatbelt on the left side, claw with the right. Keeping that forward pressure. Basinger again. Tripod's up. Brody works him back down to his base, trying to pull that near wrist out. Basinger clears it out. Brody now trying to go to that far wrist. Got an ankle, reaching back, trying to bend that up. Not getting anywhere with it. Now trying to stop the arm with his knee. Basinger to his feet. Try to crack him back down.
That's where Teske's tough, though, is this ride. He's pretty tough at riding.
Got him flat. Basinger works back up to his base again. Brody hops over to the other side. Now tries to get a hip tilt. Rolls him all the way through. Tries to pull him back the other way. Got a 1 count. Couldn't hang on to it long enough, though. There he's got a leg in, trying to cross face with the Turk.
He's riding tough, man. He's got over 110 riding time now. Ganging. Riding really tough here. Teske has got him flat to the mat.
Stall call
on Basinger on the bottom. Basinger up to a tripod now, right on the edge. 1:30 of riding time for Teske. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Score 0-0. If you just joined us, we started at 133 pounds. Where Colin Schriever won 9-1 over on a major decision. And we're up to 141. Real Woods not with us on this trip this weekend, so Brody Teske stepping up to 141 pounds.
Basinger for Illinois got to his feet off the restart, but Brody drives him back down to the mat. Flattens him out, deep waist with the right, trying to pull that left arm up. Almost has that chicken wing locked in. Seeing if he can run it with 10 seconds left here in the second period. Trying to get a half or a wrist on the far side. Riding 2 parallel, though, right there, Mark. It's going to be scoreless, but Brody will have
2 minutes riding time.
2 minutes exactly.
Go down.
Teske looked over to the bench. Tom Brands said the same thing you did. Go down.
Teske was contemplating that. I'm like, man, alive. That's got to be an automatic point. Automatic.
Caution on Teske starting early.
It should be caution on Basinger for coming on too early, too.
Tries to switch off the start. Basinger picks him up, puts him down.
Basinger's going to try riding Teske for 2 minutes here, at least. Try and picks up Teske, tries picking up, can't do it. Teske gets out, 1 point escape, so Teske's up 1-0, and he has 1:42 riding time, so technically he's up 2-0, which he gets taken down. He's still losing. You know, with these 3-point takedowns.
That's where that first period one would have been huge if he could have finished it.
Yeah, he'd be up 5-0 right now, 4-0 on the clock, and 5-0 with the riding time. Teske still doing the same thing, staying heavy on Basinger's head. Basinger doing the same thing as in the first period. All he's trying to do is come across and get underhooks. Teske, pull him down to the mat. Circle him down. Don't pull him straight down. You got to circle. Do not give him what he wants.
1 minute to go in regulation. 1-0 is the lead for Teske.
Elbows in, Teske.
Riding time almost secured.
There you go.
In about 10 more seconds. Mike Poeta he's hopping up and down. I think he's almost wondering if Brody, when he's doing that front headlock, is coming across the throat area.
No, he's not. The referee's down there looking.
Yeah. Riding time is locked now.
Out of that underhook.
Teske reshoots right there, throws an underhook by, gets to the knee. Whizzer thrown in. Nice. Limp arms out and gets around behind for the 3.
Nice job, Teskey. Workmanlike right there.
He felt that underhook coming in, and he just threw it by and then got right to the leg off of that. 15 seconds left. Basinger works up to his feet. Teskey on the right side, comes around to the left side, pulls him down. Standing switch attempt there by Basinger, but Brody just stays behind the hips. Basinger stands back up. Brody hops over to the right side. Neck wrench attempt there by Basinger, and Brody throws him down. Tilts him over and got a 1 count right when the period came to an end.
5-zip.
So Teskey will win 5-0 with the riding time, puts the Hawkeyes on top 7-0. We'll take a timeout and be back with more from Champaign right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
This is Monica from Monica's. Randy trusted Chef Sal and I for decades. Over the years, we learned from his work ethic, generosity, and courage. We made a strong team because he was a great coach. We are honored to carry on his legacy and will not change the Monica's playbook. Italian specialties and American favorites made from authentic ingredients, prepared and served by a caring staff. Like athletes, we will never forget our great coach. Thank you for your continued support. And of course, go Hawks.
Football is back. Stock up on your tailgate essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids offers a large selection of craft beer, wines, and spirits, plus their giant selection of non-alcoholic beverages, untiled art, athletic brewing, and cannabis-infused social beverages from Climbing Kites. C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. Local Craft Cellar, largest selection of craft beer in the area, and so much more.
Our mission at Oaknall is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oaknall is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to Champaign, Illinois. Huff Hall. Ready for 149 pounds. Caleb Bracci for the Hawkeyes, number 11 in the country, taking on number 8, Cannon Webster, a freshman with an 11-1 record. Bracci at 11-2 on the year. Did not wrestle last weekend. Victor Voinovich looked pretty good against Purdue, but Bracci gets the call here tonight.
Yeah. I want to make sure this is Webster.
That was who they had listed on their announcement sheet.
That's him, Cannon Webster.
Another true freshman.
Well, a true freshman. He's already up to what? Ranked 8th?
8th in the country.
This would be a big match here for Bracci. A little Beastie Boys action.
I like it.
I like it too. I love the Beastie Boys. I heard some Three Doors Down Superman earlier today. Something from the old while back too that I really like.
Underway here.
Bracci. Come on, Caleb Bracci.
If we have time at intermission, I'll tell you my Beastie Boys story from my high school days.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. I think we need to get Danny Oltz on here at halftime too and talk to him.
I'm sure he'd love to hear that Beastie Boys story too. He'd appreciate it. 7-0 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Major by Schriever. Decision by Teskey. 149 Schriever for the Hawkeyes against Webster for Illinois. Each guy left-handed collar, feeling each other out.
Yeah, feeling each other out. Not really. Nobody able to fire a shot off. Just kind of, like you said, just feeling each other out. Just kind of hand fighting and kind of moving and not really following through with any snaps or motion or any type of ties that they have. It's just kind of like hitting it and then kind of circling out. We're about halfway through this first period now, and nobody's fired a shot yet. Caleb Rodgers, not one to really put a lot of points on the scoreboard anyway. It's not really his repertoire, but I'd like to see him starting earlier in these matches.
Just looking here, I was trying to see who Webster had lost to. His lone loss on the year was at the Midlands in the quarterfinals to Ty Waters of West Virginia.
He's pretty good.
A little flurry there by both guys. Rachi changed levels. A reattempt there by Webster, but neither guy got to either's leg. 50 seconds remain, first period. Rachi for the Hawkeyes and Webster for Illinois. Another big snap there by Rachi, but
Caleb Rachi out of Ankeny, Iowa.
Webster returns the favor with his own big snap.
This Webster here is from Toulon, Illinois, so right here out of Illinois.
Each guy snaps. Again, a lot of hand fighting, controlling upper body stuff, but
not following through with anything.
Yeah, there, Webster touched our ankle. We swipe back at his. And first period will come to an end scoreless. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Iowa wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Webster starts down to begin the second period, to a knee. Claw right attempt there by Rachi, now drops down, caps an ankle, works him back to his base, tripod, back up to his feet is Webster. We're around the waist, outside trip action, trying to pull him down, looking to drop to an ankle. Drive him out of bounds, head back to the center. 1:40 to go, second period.
Who's all the assistants down there? You got Hunter from Penn State originally.
Yep. You got Austin O'Connor in kind of the orangish shirt.
That's who that is in the orange shirt. I didn't know who that was. I know
and
that's
then
Izzy Martinez.
Yep.
Yeah.
There Webster gets to his feet out for the escape. So 32 seconds built towards riding time for Rachi. There's Rachi, a high crotch attempt from a long ways away, but Webster able to sprawl back. Rachi circles back up from his knees. He at least touched the leg that time, but it was almost like he was kind of diving at it and had no leverage to follow through with anything. There's a snap into a front head by Webster, but Rachi squares back up. 55 remains, second period. 1-0 is the lead for Webster of Illinois.
Come on, somebody, fire off a shot. As in Caleb Rachi.
Webster leads that right leg real heavy.
That'd be a good leg, and we're right-handed, so I mean that feeds right into our head to the outside high crotch shot.
I think an ankle pick too. But
if you're right-handed, it's a little bit tougher to ankle pick with your left. But I mean, yeah, for sure it could be done because he's leaning out. More of a non-tie low singles shot would probably work a little bit better there. But get to your bread and butter here, right-handed high crotch there to that leg. And we're not gonna. It's just going to tick down. It's just a lot of hand fighting.
Yep. 1-0 is the lead for Webster as we go to the third. Rachi will start down.
This might be the battle of who's going to slip on the wet spot, Steven.
Yeah. Tripod right off the whistle for Rachi. Claw ride thrown in by Webster. Now 2 hands around the waist, trying to trip us back down. We somersault through, almost get caught there with his legs. Now Rachi to his feet, about ready to get that hand control, is out for the escape, so we're tied up at 1. Webster didn't allow any room there. Oh, and there Rachi gets caught a little bit. A snap, and Webster drops down to our ankle. Rachi trying to fight this off. Whizzering in. Turns and kicks out of bounds. They go out of bounds, head back to the center, and they're going to call Rachi for stalling.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
He kicks out like you're supposed to, and then turns to come back in as Webster basically just walks straight out of bounds. Again, that's wrestling. There's Rachi trying to get to that low single that we just talked about. Couldn't get it. Comes up underhook on the right side. Webster clears out. Minute to go in regulation. Riding time not a factor. 1-1 is our score.
If you're the referee, what you have to do in that situation is look and see. If they were in the middle of the mat and he wanted to defend that hold, how would he defend it? It would have been exactly the same in the center of the mat as he just did on the edge of the mat. It just happened to be where they were on the mat.
Yep.
But we're not smart enough sometimes as referees to be able to make those calls.
Over legislation. Rachi tried getting to that high crotch, but couldn't get through the arms. Down to 30 seconds to go in regulation.
Well, Rachi's got to help himself out here. It's 1-1. You got a stall call against you. You know what? It shouldn't matter anyway because you're going to be offensive. You haven't won a match yet. Haven't won the match. 20 seconds to go. 1-1. You got to get to some offense.
There he goes for that high crotch. Gets down blocked. And almost got pancaked over, but
he went for that right leg, but, man, he didn't set it up at all. He just went in like skydiving in there.
And they're going to go to sudden victory, tied up at 1. Pioneer brand corn hybrids deliver proven performance bag after bag. Contact your local Pioneer sales rep to learn how you can get the most out of your acres.
Shot right off the whistle by Rachi. Didn't get anywhere with it. Came back up to his feet.
Changing levels right there. Tries a little slide by, almost had it, but stepped a little too far when he tried to clear. There's a reshot right there by
Rachi's getting ornery
Webster.
Here. Rachi's getting ornery in overtime.
Minute and a half to go. 1-1 in sudden victory. Rachi with that right-handed collar tie. Webster clears out of that, come back across. Rachi trying to get to that high crotch. Reshot attempt there by Webster. Has us in a front headlock, reaching around, grabbing our ankle. Rachi trying to square back up as he's hanging onto our foot. We're able to clear out of that. We kind of reshoot with an underhook throw by, and then he throws it past us and slips around behind and covers for the 3.
Well, we got out of position. We went high-low right there. We got really extended going for that ankle pick, and Webster just threw us by, went around for an easy 2-point takedown. But you know what? I mean, we were going for it there.
7-3 is the team score in favor of the Hawkeyes. Throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn promotes values that are uniquely Iowan. On behalf of Iowa's corn farmers, we salute all athletes for their hard work and determination, both on and off the field. Just like our athletes, our state leads the nation in corn and ethanol production. Follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to learn how corn grows Iowa. We move to 157. Jared Franek for the Hawkeyes. Joe Roberts for Illinois. I think the big key for Rachi right there, Mark, the 4 or 5 times that he did try to take shots. I mean, we said long ways away, kind of fully extended. When he's doing that hand fighting, he's got to use that to set something up to follow through rather than hand fight to hand fight and then shoot straight on from a non-tie.
He just couldn't get to that right leg. It was too far. He couldn't get to his bread and butter shot right there. So when someone shuts your shot down, you got to figure out another way to score instead of just kind of going for broke. And that's going to give him and the coaching staff a lot to look at, on film and improve your wrestling and kind of go maybe like what Teskey was doing, a lot of front heads and snaps, and then you start opening up other stuff and sweeps and there's just all sorts of forms of wrestling that you can do if your one form of offense isn't working, it's kind of getting shut down. And he knows it's coming. They obviously scouted him really well.
Shot by Franek on the edge. Turns actually to pull Roberts back in. Down on that ankle. Whizzer thrown in by Roberts. Franek trying to pull him back towards the center. And push that head away to avoid him coming at our ankle.
Keep pulling him in, though, you know. Well, we just pull him to the edge and then try scoring. Pull him to the center. There you go. There you go, Franek. Keep coming. We got about like 1 foot into bounds.
Trying to get all the way around behind. Now comes up over the hips. But again, that whizzer thrown in. Trying to use that almost like an underhook. Stepping all the way across. And there we pancake him. Oh, we got the 3, but we didn't get the near falls.
I thought we were going to get a pin. We had it.
As it stands, though, 3-0 is the lead for Franek. Minute 20 to go in the first. We were talking about that on the way up. Just the fact that the amount of pins across college wrestling just seems like it has been a lot lower in the last several years.
Yeah, well, a lot. And I think a lot of that stems to mentality, for one, and two, with the added ways and easier ways of getting near fall points, people aren't looking for pins. They're more so looking for tilts.
Yep.
And so you're not seeing, so therefore people are more so going for techs and majors versus actual pinning combinations. Because usually when you use a pinning combination, you get someone over, you should be able to put them away and end it. But we're not. People don't use pinning combinations. They're more so, I'd like to say, near fall combinations.
There's a stall call on Franek on the top. Apparently for riding the ankle. Roberts was also hit for stalling on the bottom position. So 28 seconds to go, first period. 3-0 is the lead for Franek. Minute 10 to go. There's a switch, and Roberts gets out for the escape with 20 seconds to go. Tom Brand spikes the challenge brick down there. Situational. Understand the clock, understand what you got to do, and it's a big point. Can be. Shoot him off the edge right here and get a point. Unable to. Period comes to an end. Franek leads 3-1. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll, conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Franek starts down to begin the second period.
Hand control, up to his feet, and Roberts really never put any kind of effort into riding him. Out for a 1-point escape, makes it 4-1. Now, this is where Franek needs to do a better job. Franek needs to continue to build his leads. Way too many close matches that don't have to be close.
There's a nice double leg. Tries to cut off to the single.
There you go.
Looking to elevate with it.
Good.
Now looks to get down to that ankle to see if he can
Elevate.
extend it.
Good. He's got
Gets
it up on
the
his
hip. Dumps him down and covers for 3.
Well, good shot, good finish. Good job, Franek.
Tom Brand's
build your lead.
Trying to get Franek's attention, I think, to tell him to cut him and go again.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
1:10 to go in the second period. 7-1 is the lead for Franek. He does have 1:20 of riding time. On the edge, keeping a toe in. Now they slide out.
They're not going to tell him to cut him now. Tom and Terry conversed. They said not to. You let him ride him. Hopefully he rides him out. We don't let him go with 15, 20 seconds left again.
No real move from Roberts. Now he turns into a sit-out. Franek on his feet. Forward pressure. Just lets him up for the escape. I'll make it 7-2 with 45 seconds to go in the second period. Franek over on the edge in front of the Illinois corner. Double off the edge. There's a stall call against Illinois, so that'll make it 8-2. Franek trots back to the center. Roberts adjusts his socks, then stands up, then walks back to the center.
Well, let's finish this period with the takedown.
25 to go. Franek goes to that double, cuts off to the single again. Trying to dump him down like he did the last time. Somersault attempt there. and almost held him, but unable to. Is able to cover the hips, though, and get another 3.
Good quick finish. Hit that shot. Stayed on his feet. Nice little dump action.
Now, careful if you've got this chicken wing. You might get called for stalling if you don't run it anymore.
You got to get off to the side here a little bit. We only got a little time. There's end of the period.
11-2 as we go to the third. 1:56 riding time for Franek.
Great second period for Franek there. Fantastic second period.
Roberts starts down to begin the period. And Franek, no real effort, wants to get back to his feet, makes it 11-3, double leg. Unable to switch off to that single that time. I think he knew he was running out of real estate, so he backed out to see if he could do something different. Now he's into a front headlock, pulls him down into a tripod. He's got that right elbow trapped. Clears it out, tries snap, looking to get to the corner, not there. Comes back out front. Roberts again on the edge. Franek. Snap. Roberts trying to circle back towards the center. 1:15 remains. There's another double leg, another stall call, another point, and another 3-point takedown on the edge.
Nice shot.
Rand's telling Franek, get out.
He's trying to keep a toe in just to run down the clock. Tom's telling him to get out so he can freaking get back to the center. Let him go and keep the clock going.
He's walking back, and Tom points both forefingers to his temples, saying, think. We want a tech fall here.
Mentality, I'm telling you, it's the mentality of the wrestlers. They're thinking like, hey,
there's
I just want to win right now. Tom's thinking, I want a tech right now.
Nice double leg.
And see how easy it makes that look? That beautiful double right there, the quick finish. I mean, if Franek had his way, he'd still be sitting there with one toe left on the mat, just hoping the clock ticks down. This is how you get better.
18-5 after the intentional release. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. 38 seconds left. 2:16 of riding time, so 19-5 is the lead. So he needs either a stall point or a takedown, and there's a nice ankle pick, cuts off to the double, and finishes for 3.
See that?
21-5, the final score.
He got better and he got confident, more confidence.
Puts the Hawkeyes on top 12-3. We'll take a timeout and be back with more from Champaign right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Escape to Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Huff Ball. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside get ready for 165 pounds. Number 6, Michael Caliendo for the Hawkeyes. Sophomore at 16-1, taking on number 24, Chris Moore, a freshman with a record of 7-5 on the year.
I thought his brother was an assistant coach here too.
He used to be, but I don't think he is anymore.
He was last year for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder what he went or what he's doing now.
I'll look. I'll see if I can figure that out. Right now, quick update from Stillwater. They are at heavyweight. Oklahoma State leading Northern Iowa 19-12 in that one.
Huh. All right. So we got Caliendo versus Chris Moore. So Caliendo is up to 6 now. This Chris Moore is ranked 24th. It's another good opportunity for the Hawks to gain some bonus points here in this match before we head into the break. Normally our break's after 157, but Poeta chose to draw tonight, so we're started at 133 pounds tonight. Colin Schriever with a 9-1 major decision. Brody Teskey wrestling at 141 as Real Woods and not come on the trip with us this weekend. I think just pretty much had the weekend off.
Nice duck right there by Caliendo. Gets around behind. Unable to hold him down, and there he's able to drive up and finish for the 3.
Caleb Rotche got beaten overtime, 4-1. And then as we just talked about, Frantic with the big tech fall there, 21-5. It puts the Hawks up 12-3.
Claw ride, roll through attempt, go out of bounds, head back to the center. 2:09 to go. 3-0 is the lead for Caliendo. The lone Hawkeye starter from Illinois. Caliendo out of Geneva.
Nice job. See Caliendo there breaking him down, driving him forward, getting the wrist. That's how you do it. Now he's got a wing locked up. Now he's working this top position hard here.
Wing on the left, half on the right. Now he's trying to run the half on the other side.
Pull him straight back. He's looking for a fall. This is pinning combination material right here. Caliendo's looking for a fall. He's not looking just to ride. You could tell that right out of the gate when I was telling you about how he's driving forward, looking at that wrist. He's not just sitting out here like what we were talking about with Schriever back at 133 pounds. Potentially dangerous. He got above the elbow there and running at the wrong angle. I like to see this.
1:31 to go. 54 seconds built towards riding time for Caliendo. Moore gets set for Illinois. Caliendo covers. Drives to that far hip. Moore works back up to his base. Caliendo levering the left triceps. Let's see if he can get that deep waist. Moore works to his feet. Caliendo picks him up, throws him back down to the mat.
Spike the hip. Nice. That's how you return a guy right there.
Flattens him back out. Driving that forehead into the left triceps again, working that chicken wing. Think he's got it in. He reinforces it and tilts him over.
Getting near falls now. Now we got the tilt.
Got a little high on it. Moore able to reach back, grab our leg, and gets up to his feet out for the escape.
It's all right. I'll take 4-1.
Yeah.
I'll take 4 points to his 1.
7-1 is the lead for Caliendo. 45 seconds left. 1:38 riding time for Caliendo. It's a shot right there. With the left hand on the right leg, trying to elevate it. Lost the grip on it. Gets right back to it. Gets it way up high. Somersault attempt, and he just lets him roll all the way through, and then gets behind the hips and covers for 3.
And Caliendo looks really good. Some good shots, good finishes. Looks tough on top. This is good wrestling right here in the first period. He's up 10-1. Poeta's yelling to the referee, like, what's he doing on top? Well, he's
waiting for your guy to do something on bottom.
He's up 10-1. He's turned him. Maybe you should start asking your guy what he's going to do.
Moore defers his choice. So Caliendo will choose down. 2:06 of riding time. hitting that point, I should have gone and got a sandwich with Nellie.
Hungry, are you?
Getting there. I went and had a piece of bread with some peanut butter and honey on it, but
I did. And I also put some banana on mine.
I didn't see the bananas.
They're right in front of you, the whole box of them.
Are they?
Yeah, I cut up a banana, put it on the peanut butter and honey sandwich.
Caliendo to his feet, escape, gives him an 11-1 lead now. Hawks lead 12-3. Another
Nice
low
shot.
single right there. Gets to the ankle. Trying to climb up the leg. Comes over the head. Cradle.
Cradle. He's got it locked up, too.
Let's see if he can run it over.
Pinch with your right elbow.
Right on the edge. He's got the
Dang it.
3, but he ran out of room to be able to run it. Tom Brand's up telling him, hey, go ahead and cut him again. 14-1 is the lead.
I like how he is head hunting right there.
Intentionally lets him up. Makes it 14-2. Let's do that same thing, but do it in the center of the mat and take him the rest of the way over. Fake there by Moore. Gets Caliendo reacting a little bit. Caliendo stays in a good spot. He does a fake of his own. Minute to go in the second period. 14-2 is the lead for Caliendo. Tries to hit his duck, but Moore with a good down block. Felt that one coming. Moore with the shot. We down block. Try to repenetrate, but can't clear the arms.
One more takedown. This is over.
Goes to that duck, but
There you
Moore
go.
steps away.
Run after him.
As Moore cleared away, he did run halfway across, and Caliendo did chase him. Now he gets in on that shot, drives him through for the 3.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
And that'll do it. 17-2, the final score in favor of Caliendo. Hawks go to the break on top by a score of 17-3. We will step out for a quick timeout. We will come back with more from Champaign right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Guns N' Roses songs that you've thumbed up. Number 3, Paradise City. Number 2, Sweet Child O' Mine. Number 1, Welcome to the Jungle. Hear more from Guns N' Roses and similar artists now. Search for Guns N' Roses on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Welcome back to Champaign, Huff Hall, University of Illinois. As we are at the intermission, Hawkeyes on top by 2 touchdowns, 17-3. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside saying thanks for joining us. We got Danny also throwing the headsets on here. I'm wondering, Danny, you got a good bowling alley nearby?
I'm not sure about Champaign. I think I bowled here once, but unfortunately I have not bowled in a little bit back home. Been too busy.
What kind of bowling fan are you?
I'd still beat you.
Yeah,
between my legs.
Between his legs, long snapper. Former Hawkeye football player, member of the Gable family. You got a niece that qualified for States Day, I hear.
Yeah, Liza, big big. That's a big deal. Getting the state isn't easy in any sport, and good for her. She's really working hard.
Tougher this year because they actually had to qualify. In the years past, they never.
Last year they had a qualifier too.
Did
yeah.
They? I was thinking this was the first year they actually had to qualify, so it's good though. I mean, they need it. I mean, the sport's growing; they can't just fill the tournament, So that's awesome. Congratulations, Eliza, and all the other state qualifiers around the state of Iowa. And that tournament will be next weekend at the Extreme Arena in Coralville. So the Gable family won't have far to travel to go watch Eliza wrestle either. So, Danny, talk to us. What are you doing these days? What are you doing out here? How far are you from here? Talk to us about Molly and the kids.
Well, Molly. She's doing great. She's raising me, and along with 3 other boys. So we got a 12-year-old Mickey, 11-year-old Louie, then Sammy, our crazy man, is 9 years old. So we're staying pretty busy. We got 2 wrestlers and a swimmer. So I can't say they take after me. Well, when they get pinned,
Molly was the swimmer.
Molly's the swimmer, but I was never, and still am not a wrestler. But I love the sport. So when they get pinned, they can blame that on me. But when they win, they can say it's a little bit of Grandpa in them.
How far are you guys from Champaign?
We're about hour 45, hour and a half.
Okay.
So not too bad. Easy to come down here, back home, and actually heading to Iowa tomorrow. So
for what?
We got a charity event for a cancer clinic in Des Moines. So
you're going to Des Moines tomorrow?
Yeah. So we're dropping the kids off in Iowa City and heading over to Des Moines.
And you coming back tomorrow night or no?
No, then we're come home Sunday.
Come home Sunday?
Yeah.
Nice. I seen TJ Williams in the house here too.
Yeah, so TJ has a kids club, I think, in Peoria. So we see him at a lot of tournaments. He's awesome. He's got a lot of good kids and good guy.
I just seen TJ last weekend at the Purdue meet when it was alumni night there too. Him and Joe, 2 former absolute hammers for the University of Iowa wrestling program.
And being from Illinois, you hear the Williams brothers, and it's just like. And then I got to actually watch my brother-in-law, who was my sister's boyfriend at the time, get slapped by Joe Williams during Midlands, and Joe took it to him, but because Joe wrestled in Midlands forever, and so got to see him wrestle Joe Williams is a pretty cool experience.
Joe holds the record for the most Midlands titles, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, yeah. One time Royce was driving through Iowa City, and he thought he had Gable on something. He calls him up, and he leaves him a message, and goes, Gable, how many times did you pin your way through Midlands or something? Because I guess maybe Royce did it once, and Gable called back. He goes, I did it twice. So he won up Royce.
Oh, I love it.
That's always great when you can one up Royce.
Yeah.
Royce always thinks he's got one on you.
He's got the last word a lot.
He tries.
So, Danny, I said it a lot, but thank you so much for helping convince me to jump in the water last weekend. What do we got to do next year to get you to come out and partake?
He does it every. Him and I were talking about this before when we were down below when we were talking. He jumps in the water weekly. He does that for fun.
I do it daily. I love it.
My goodness, you are insane.
I look forward to it. You got to embrace it.
It's a mental thing.
It's a mindset.
It is all a mental
thing. It's just like a workout. It's just like going to work. If you go in there saying this is going to stink, I don't want to do this, it's going to be bad. But if you can see that water and say this is going to be awesome, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome until your freaking toes hit the water and then everything else hits and you're like, this ain't awesome.
I've been battling plantar fasciitis a little bit. Both of my calves just went and I could barely walk for the rest of the week.
No, I'm actually excited for this thaw because the water I jump in has been pretty frozen, so it's about 7 inches thick, so I couldn't jump in. But previously I was saying I usually can break through the ice pretty good and got to rest for my arms on top of the ice, so it's good for you.
I worry about how big of a hole. What if you go under all the way?
No, it's not very deep, but my neighbors will look out the window and hopefully
they'll see somebody flashing around.
I think he's still in there.
Maybe you should tie a rope around your chest and tie it to a tree just in case.
I always think I could roll out if I had to.
Makes me a little bit nervous for you, Danny.
Oh, man. So, hey, you guys were rocking out a little bit to some of the music. Mark was excited. Are you a Beastie Boys guy? Do you
sure, I'll listen to him.
Can be.
Yeah.
I think he's a little younger than us, so he hasn't quite hit that. So.
I'm actually probably like older music than you might like, but I'm pretty eclectic. I'm every range.
So I told Mark I had a story from my high school days.
Because Beastie Boys was playing down here earlier when it was a walkout song.
It was a walkout song for
one of these guys.
So we had to do a thing in PE where we had to make a workout video. And so there was a group of us, and we put it to Girls by Beastie Boys. Fast forward to 5 years ago, some of the high school kids come into the ice cream shop, and they're like, "We saw you." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They played this aerobic video that you recorded. There was some weird song. So to this day, 25 years later, the high school students at West Branch still get to watch my chunky butt dancing along to Girls by the Beastie Boys.
I bet that production value was high.
VHS, just one single camera.
One single take probably, too.
Well, yeah. You expect anything less from us putting that sucker together?
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Nationals, seeing you guys there. I got to find out where you guys hang out at Nationals, and then this year we got to find a bowling alley in between and put you on the salt.
Let's see if I'm sure Shammy's coming down. Let's get Josh Schamberger on that. He'll find that for us.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Shammy. I don't know if he's listening, but I think his commitment has been a little bit down the last couple of years. I'm a little worried about him, so I hope he makes it out this year. It should be fun. Kansas City is a good time.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
Yeah.
By
I'll
Danny
put him on
Olsa.
the salt, too.
Oh, boy, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
I still tell that story so many times.
I keep
that was
those
probably,
10-year-olds.
honestly, that might have been probably the best Nationals I've ever been to from a fan standpoint, just because of those days in the bowling alley. I mean, we had the whole entire bowling alley. The whole entire bowling alley chanting, "Salt, salt, salt." I mean, it's so bad that the next day the owner's coming to us and say, "Hey, come back the next day. We'll save you a lane. Just tell us, we want you back here."
Hey, I know there's a lot of pressure to win a national championship, that final match, but I'm telling you, when you're trying to pick up that 10-pin, when the whole lane is telling you that you're going to go sit on the salt.
Well, the best part was the first night it was like right behind our lane. So you did it, you just walked back like 10 feet. The second day, we're like the other side, so you have to walk across the entire bowling alley.
Losers take the walk.
It's like a walk of shame.
Yeah, losers take the walk.
Yep.
It's classic.
No, that was good. That was a good time. We got to do it again.
All right. Well, hey, Danny, we're 2-touchdown lead. Let's see if we can at least double this, if not more, here the second half. Okay?
I think the next match is why a lot of us are here. This should be a good match.
Should be exciting. So.
Hopefully to see, get to watch both of them. Edmund doesn't open up a lot, and I think Patrick's probably going to take it to him, and he's going to have to open up.
Yeah.
Jim Heffernan in the house tonight, too.
And we got Coach Johnson up there, too.
Yep, we saw him, too.
Some good guys.
Well, hey, Danny, thanks very much. Good seeing you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
We got to step out for another quick timeout. We'll be back with the second half of tonight's duel right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Wow, what a huge hit. Well, not as huge as the craft beer selection at local craft cellar.
Looking for the largest selection of craft beer in the area? You'll find it all at Local Craft Cellar. On top of their massive selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, Local Craft Cellar also stocks brats, jerky, bacon, and more from Edgewood Locker Meats, C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. And online at localcraftcellar.com. That's localcraftcellar.com.
Escape to Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Back at Hawkeyes in Champaign, second half of tonight's campaign about ready to get underway, and like Danny Olson just said, the match that most everybody has been looking forward to.
The Hawkeyes play here on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City's Hawkeye sports leader.
Ruth, your Midlands champion this year. Like we said earlier, his lone loss was to Keegan O'Toole, number 1 at 165. I was trying to find his brother, Ed Ruth, and haven't been able to figure out where he ended up. I'm sure one of our listeners.
I was thinking he was maybe going UFC or something, maybe.
Somebody will send us a message.
Underhook right there by Patrick. Came out fast, kind of getting on the head of Ruth. Ruth really working hard to keep his head up. We'll see how that goes for him as this match ticks along.
Patrick working a 2-on-1. Now throws the underhook back on that left side. It's another one where, Patrick just at the Soldier Salute still had weighed in at 165, so he could probably weigh in closer to 74, but where he's competing at, maybe a little bit smaller than Ruth. Had a chance to talk to Patrick a little bit when we were at the Plunge last weekend. And he was excited when he heard that my walkout song was Master of Puppets by Metallica.
Oh, yeah?
It's like, I didn't realize you liked metal. Oh, yeah. Kind of like Danny, I'm a little eclectic. But Metallica's probably one of the top ones that I've got. There's an underhook trying to get to the far knee by Kennedy, but Ruth circling, squaring back up. Halfway through the first period, no score, 174 pounds. Hawks lead 17-3 halfway through the dual meet.
Yeah, nobody's really pulled the trigger too much. Just got to keep wear on him. Keep heavy on that hand, Patrick, or on that head.
Left hand on the collar right there. Switching off to the right side, trying to snap. Ruth controlling our opposite wrist. There, we tried snapping, but couldn't clear the hands to try to repenetrate. Inside of a minute to go now, first period. Kennedy, sweep attempt. Ruth sprawls back, now from his knees, fakes from a non-tie. Patrick did a good job, kept the arms down, comes back across, snaps again, heavy on that head. There he snapped him, but got caught flat-footed, and Ruth gets right in on the leg. We're able to hit a standing switch
Patrick,
as Ruth tried to come around and cover, and no points awarded. Wow. From a momentary lapse of standing flat-footed and giving up that leg to hustling and not just conceding that takedown. Good turn of events right there for Patrick Kennedy.
Now let's see if we can get to his legs. Only 15 seconds to go, but that's good fighting that off. Good job.
Ruth trying to get an underhook on the right side, peeking up at the clock. And the period will come to an end. No score. If you or someone you know needs support now, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. They've got these giant fans up here, and they're blowing our papers around like crazy. They're not going very fast, but they're moving some air. Kennedy starts down to begin the second period, worked up to his feet, gets pulled back down into a sit-out, trying to peel those hands free, stands up,
hand control.
Squares
nice
up,
job,
gets the
Patrick.
escape.
Good job.
1-0 is the lead for Kennedy.
Right,
back to work on his feet here.
Underhook right there by Patrick. God, it'd be nice to get one of those ankles.
Look for that ankle pick right there, but Ruth now from a non-tie, double leg. We try to whiz her in, square back up.
Boy, I tell you what, Patrick just dodged a big bullet there. That was a good shot by Ed Ruth, double leg, and Patrick really showed some heavy hips and did really good footwork there to get those feet back.
He's got an underhook, but a double wrist lock by Ruth. Now double unders. They go to the edge. Shoots, goes out of bounds. Stall call on Ruth for backing straight out. Good job by Patrick. Had that underhook. Almost went double unders for a moment and then switched right back. Went to that far knee. Patrick, heavy with that left hand up on the collar. Switches off to the right side. Ruth trying to find an underhook, and Patrick peels that out. 35 seconds to go. Do you see guys maybe adjust their stance? I mean, Patrick's so good with that ankle pick. You know, is Ruth maybe trying to adjust how he's in his stance there?
Yeah, I mean, he's leading left leg a lot, and I don't know if he normally does or not. I don't think that he does, but I think he's trying to keep that away. But Patrick has to he's just got to get away, find a way to get to the legs of Ruth. Somehow, some way. Now he's jacking him up here, that underhook.
Double unders. But period's to an end. So Patrick takes a 1-0 lead into the third. Ruth will start down.
Ryan Moore started telling him he's got to bump him forward. He's got to keep him down. He rose for 16 seconds. This would be an opportunity here. Ruth right away explodes out. But if we can get him flat, now he's up to his feet again, and we just let him go right there. So now we're back up to our feet, 1-1. Let's not let this go into overtime, Patrick. Let's settle this here in regulation.
Tries getting a little high crotch attempt. But again, Ruth controlling the arms.
Nice
there
shot.
He goes.
That's the
Head
shot
to
I was
the
looking
inside.
for.
Trying to dump him down. He's got it up. Ruth trying to kick away. And Kennedy up over the hips for 3.
Nice shot. Head to the outside, high crotch. Came up to his feet. Ruth tried kicking out. We dove back on top of him. Keep him down, Patrick. Keep him down.
1:20 to go as they slide out of bounds. 4-1 is the lead for Kennedy. He's got 4 seconds built towards his riding time.
Nice job, Patrick. That was a great shot. Great shot, great finish. High level.
Ruth taking his time, getting back to the center, gets set.
Got this first move's big to stop.
Patrick comes around on the right side. Ruth into a sit-out. Patrick works him back down to a tripod. Ruth back up to his feet, bump him back down.
Patrick wouldn't let him.
Trying to throw a half in on the right side. Now reaching across to that far wrist, breaking him down, keeping a toe inbounds. Slide out of bounds, head back to the center.
1:02 to go in the match. Patrick up 4-1.
20 seconds built towards riding time for Kennedy now.
Keep riding tough. Keep riding tough.
Ruth set. Patrick covers. Again, comes around on the right side, bumping him forward. Into a sit-out is Ruth.
Nice job. Nice job driving forward pressure right there. Good job, Patrick.
Got him back to his base. Now trying to chop that right arm.
There you go. He got it
Flattens
chopped.
him.
See if we can get the wrist now.
Got the head down on the mat at least, but the butt's still up.
And he's got the far wrist. Now come over to that side. There you go. See how he switched to that same side? Good job, Patrick.
Trying to pull that right wrist or left wrist up, keeping the right arm back, trying to flatten those hips. Ruth gets that wrist clear. Patrick chops to the other side, though.
He's riding tough right now. Doing a really good job. Now he has some flat to the mat. Ruth trying to build his base back up.
Minute of riding time now for Patrick Kennedy with 20 seconds to go.
That's huge. That's huge. Patrick doing a really good job riding and controlling the wrist, controlling both hips, both sides. That's going to do it. Patrick Kennedy's going to win this one 5-1. Woo!
On the edge of the Ruth to his feet. We pull him right back down, and that will be the final, like Mark said. Big takedown for Kennedy, and the Hawks go up by a score of 20-3. Molly's Cupcakes proudly serves their cookies and treats inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. We move to 184 pounds. Aiden Riggins for the Hawkeyes taking on Dylan Connell, a sophomore with a 3-4 record. Need Riggins one of these times, Mark, to bust through. I mean, he's shown some flashes at times. He really needs one of these just to get a big confidence boost and show that, yeah, he is wrestling up a couple of classes from where he started the year last year, but he's an Iowa Hawkeye. He's from Waverly Shell Rock, and he deserves to be out there.
Well, I mean, this would be a good one. I mean, this kid he's wrestling, this Dylan Connell, is, well, I don't know what his record is, but he's ranked 29th.
3-4 is the record.
Good opportunity here.
Double leg attempt, switch off to a single, but he's caught in a front headlock. Riggins is. Connell trying to sag those hips. As Connell worked up to his feet, gets him back down to his knees. Now Riggins circles up to his feet. Minute gone by, first period, no score. Hawks lead 20-3 in the team score. Major decision by Schriever. Decision by Teskey. Rachi losing in sudden victory. Tech fall for Franek. Tech fall for Caliendo. And then a decision for Kennedy over Ruth. Gives us our 20-3 lead. Shot
by Connell.
Yep, gets to our ankle.
Wizard here. Connell's trying to lift it up into the air. We're whizzing hard right now. Yeah, we're able to kick out of it. But see how he kicked out of that right there? If that was on the edge of the mat and he kicks out like that, that's a stall call.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. That's what just drives me nuts about that stupid rule and the referees that can't make that decisive decision.
Minute 20 to go here in the first period. No score at 184. Riggins, tight right-handed collar tie, tries snapping, nothing there, clears out. Comes right back across. Another one where Connell's leading that right leg really heavy. You almost feel like it's a Mark Perry situation where he's saying, here, take it so that I can try to score off of you. .35 on the clock, first period, 184 pounds. No score. Riggins for the Hawkeyes, Connell for Illinois. .15 now on the clock. Slide by attempt by Connell. Didn't get anywhere with it. And this first period will be scoreless. Not surprisingly, Mark, the two matches that we scored in the first period were the two matches we won by Tech Fall. Every other match has been scoreless.
Yeah, it means it helps a lot when you can score points in the first period. Patrick Kennedy running around over there with his sweat top and bottom on, burning some extra calories, getting that sweat going, get some weight down a little bit. He needs a jump rope right now. Steven needs to get a jump rope. Knock out 1,000 jumps real quick. That'll keep that sweat going, get it down, a little quick workout in without burning a bunch of energy.
Connell starts down to begin the period, gets to his feet. Good mat return by Riggins, but Connell gets right back to his feet, gets the hand control, and gets the one-point escape. One to nothing is the lead for the Illini. Right-handed collar. Riggins trying to clear that left hand from locked fingers. Now able to get it. Looked to snap, missed a little bit and stumbles.
There you
taps,
go, Riggins.
Gets to a shot straight on.
Up, back up. Say Riggins just has to just start firing off some shots, even if they're not the best shots. I mean, just something to kind of create some offense, get something going, you know.
Still made it with 45 on the clock.
Trade a scramble. Just get some type of motion going, get some wrestling going, get some quick in your step.
.30 on the clock, second period. Will be Riggins' choice in the third. There's Riggins, another shot, straight on. Gets his head caught underneath. Got two hands to the leg, trying to suck it in. For an angle here. Almost got his hand through our legs, though. Trying to stop us off. Reaching back for an ankle. Riggins trying to readjust. Connell just stuffing the head. Now we just pull our arm out of that. Period comes to an end. 1-0 as we go to the third. As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first, scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Riggins will start down in the third period. Right away up to his feet and out for the escape. So we're tied up at 1 in the third. And that right hand on the collar yet again. Well, he's taken a couple of shots, Mark, but they've been straight on. He's got to find a way, especially, he's given up a little bit of weight too. Make it easier on yourself. Move the guy and find an angle.
Well, comes down, this is a great opportunity for him. This is a shot from ways away. Stall call on Connell right there. A shot after Riggins. But we're just, we're shooting, but we're not setting it up very well. They're not. We got our head down. We're shooting from a little ways away. But the thing is we just have to continue to wrestle from there.
Yeah.
Like he sprawls. Maybe we hit a little reshot. We hit a little duck action right there.
Stalemate at 55 on the clock. Right off the whistle, we get to a low single. But again, can't suck it in as Connell's able to get those hips back. He's stuffing our head with the chest. And another stalemate. Morningstar telling him, stay on him, stay on him. Little snatch attempt right there. Again, Connell just pushing our head down. We circle up out of it again. 25 remains in regulation. Tied up at 1. Another shot by Riggins. Double cuts off to a single. Now comes up with that seat belt. Pushing him to the edge. Over-under situation. Circle back in. And that's going to be a stall call on Riggins for pushing him out of bounds.
I can't do anything but laugh right now, Steven. I literally can't do anything but laugh.
Oh, my goodness.
That's it for the regulation.
So we're tied at 1 as we go to the third, or to the sudden victory. Riggins changes levels, then a reshot there by Connell, gets to our ankle. We're reaching back, grabbing his leg. Connell about ready to come through. We grab his ankle, trying to roll him through. He's trying to hold us there. Neutral danger.
That's it.
No. And there is the 3 takedown, though. No neutral danger, but as we rolled through the rest of the way, got caught. Give up the takedown. Lose 4-1. Hawks lead by a score of 20-6. Back right after this, you're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
There's something different about watching college wrestling. The speed, the strength, the competition, the takedowns. And right now you could be there to see it like never before. Play the Hawkeye Gold scratch ticket and you could win a VIP game day experience to see an Iowa men's wrestling match. The Countdown to Carver promotion from the Iowa Lottery is your chance to see every point and pin. To enter your ticket and see details, visit ialottery.com/VIP.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to Illinois, Huff Hall. 157 pounds, Zach Glazer for the Hawkeyes. Quick update, final score from Stillwater, UNI losing to Oklahoma State 22-12. Also, I just saw it looked like Michigan. They forfeited at 141 in their duel with Ohio State. Apparently, their wrestler at 141 failed the skin check, and they did not have anybody else weighed in at either 33 or 41 that could go at that weight. So,
that's why they had a forfeit. That's a bummer, because that was a dual meet right there for them.
Yeah. Zach Glazer pacing around out there. Hawks lead 20-6.
Glazer's going to be taking on either Bronigal or Wagoner. Neither one of them's ranked. It's Bronigal.
Familiar name to
Illinois
fans.
Zach was his brother, right?
He had Zach and Danny.
Zach and Danny.
And then Joey's the youngest, or the younger of the three. Five and 5 record on the year for Bronigal.
All right, Glazer. Glazer, I love Glazer.
Taps from a non-tie, comes up, underhook on the left, switches off underhook on the right. Bronigal using that overhook, and Glazer clears out of it, reaches for a far side high crotch.
Chad Benshoff, good buddy of mine, just informed me. He's been keeping me updated a little bit. His daughter Cassie's wrestling manager, tuning in. Augsburg beat Wartburg tonight, 20-19.
Wow.
That was a barn burner.
There's a shot by Glazer. Down on that leg. Bronigal comes back for the whizzer, but we're able to dump him down and cover for the 3.
Augsburg was ranked 1. Wartburg was ranked 2. It's a heck of a dual meet between those two.
Always is, it seems like. Two of the premier teams in Division 3. Glazer driving that far arm up underneath, trying to get that suicide roll through, but lost the arm.
The thing about Glazer is he's just always on the attack. No matter what position he's in, he's just always trying to score points.
Bronigal tripod. We're throwing back down to his base. Now come out
Like
front
that,
just to release him.
He was trying to turn him right there, and he couldn't. He couldn't get what he wanted. So you know what? Instead of wasting time, he goes right back towards the feet and gets right back in on a shot. Beautiful, nice head of the inside shot. Bronigal tries rolling us through, puts himself to his back. We got a 1 count.
Should have been a 3 count. And he got a 2 at least.
It was a 2 count. Okay, good. Thank you.
So that'll make it 8-1 with 1:10 to go.
Cuts him again. See, this is why I like Zach Glazer.
Snaps into a
Nice
shot.
Snap.
Elevates the leg, gets up over the hips, and covers for 3 more.
No, just riding the ride and taking an easy win. Let's put some points up there. Let's throw some points on the board. Let's make ourselves better. I mean, he's up 11-2 already. We got 57 seconds to left to wrestle here in the first period.
And he's got 103 of riding time.
Yeah, he's already got his riding time, which, you know, I mean, why continue to build 3-4 minutes of riding time? You only get 1 point for 1 minute.
Bronigal set. We covered. Tripod. Reach across to that far arm, not there, into the claw. unable to bring him down, so let him out for the escape. But even that right there, like, he probably was intending to let him up to try to get another takedown, but he was wrestling through it, trying to keep him down. Just, it's a mental thing, too. 30 seconds to go in the first period. 11-3 lead for Glazier. Taps, goes for a leg, gets a stall call, goes back, reshoots to the other side, gets that leg shelved, comes up over the hips. Bronigal reaching back, grabbing our arm, but takedown is awarded.
Nice job. Great shot. Forced a stall call there because Bronigal wasn't doing anything in the first period. That's awesome. See, now, you know what? If he was standing around and not really doing anything, he doesn't get that stall call.
Nope.
That's what happens when you're just attacking, and the other guy's not doing anything. It's going to force the referee to have to call him for stalling. I credit the referee for actually making that call in the center of the mat.
14-3 is the lead as we go to the second.
In the first period.
If you're looking for a place to stay near Iowa City and the U of I, Hyatt Regency Coralville offers a memorable experience. The newly remodeled 288-room hotel features an on-site restaurant, new cafe serving Starbucks, beautiful outdoor terrace, and more. Hyatt Regency Coralville, located in the Iowa River Landing District, and is within walking distance to unique restaurants, luxury retailers, and live events at Extreme Arena. Glazier starts down to begin the second, up to his feet, out for the escape. Comes right back to work from this top position, or from the neutral position, excuse me. Working an underhook. Trying for that high crotch attempt. Bronigal trying to get that overhook there. Glazier clears out of it. 1:20 remains here in the second period. A takedown will finish it. And there is the go behind.
That'll be it.
And bumps him down. Gets the three. And that's going to do it. I don't think they realize it. There they finally recognize. 18-3 Tech fall.
In second period.
Hawks go on top 25-6. Have you or your partner ever been considering a vasectomy? If you enjoy watching basketball and wrestling from the comfort of your own home, March is a great time to schedule your vasectomy. The expert urologists at UI Healthcare specialize in both standard and minimally invasive vasectomy procedures. Learn more today by scheduling a consultation. This March, get benched, recover in front of the TV. Schedule your appointment now. Call 800-777-8442 or visit uihc.org/appointment. We move to the heavyweights. Bradley Hill for the Hawkeyes taking on Peter Marinopoulos, a freshman with a 4-1 record.
Marinopoulos. Freshman with a what record?
4-1.
Ain't bad for a heavyweight that's not a very big heavyweight.
Him and Hill look pretty similar size-wise.
Marinopoulos a little bit taller. A little bit thinner. Hill's been having a good streak here as of lately since that Nebraska match. Wrestled well in that match. Got a big win for the Hawks. There's a nice shot right there by Hill. See if he can finish this in bounds.
Marinopoulos twisting the hips, trying to turn and kick away, and Hill just hanging on to that ankle.
Pull him back in.
Had pulled him to the center. Got over towards the edge. Pulls him back again. Marinopoulos again trying to turn and kick away. Now we pull him into a double leg and drive through.
Very nice.
Kept that leg tuck in, too, it looks like. Trying to go crossface.
Look at this.
Getting him cranked up over.
Pinning combination right
now
off
he cinches the head back the other way, but he's going to roll him through.
Very great work right there by Hill.
Again, that was great adjustment. You're on that leg, and he basically pulled him in and then drove into the double. But then as he took him down, mentality. He was thinking he wants near falls. He threw that leg into a Turk. Now look at this. Comes out front, gets that arm up onto the back, lost it as they go out of bounds. But
I love it. I love it. I love it. Great wrestling out of Brady Hill here.
1:45 to go in the first. 7-1 is the lead already.
Hit a little sweep. Bradley hit a little sweep action right there. Didn't get it, but he's right back away, right on the attack right away again.
High crotch attempt. Couldn't hang on to it. Cuts off the other way. Just comes up around the waist, picks him up, and puts him down for another 3. That was just enforcing right there. I mean, he just said, I missed the leg. I still want this takedown. He just basically wrapped up around the waist. Sucked him in and threw him to the mat. Slide out of bounds with 1:11 to go. 10-1 is the lead. Hill's just going to intentionally release to let him up and start neutral. Makes it 10-2 now. Hill looking for that underhook on the right side. Missed. Went for the sweep. Couldn't get anywhere with it. Big snap out of Bradley. Underhook throw by. Gets all the way around, trying to limp arm out and gets up almost over the hips, but Marinopoulos did a good job. Squared back up just enough. He'll still in on that leg, trying to limp arm out of that whizzer. Marinopoulos cinching that in. Hill up to his feet, down on the ankle. Reaches across, trying to trip him down right on the edge. Can't quite hang onto that other ankle. Now Marinopoulos turns, kicks out. They go out of bounds.
I'm telling you, Bradley Hill's been on the attack. Like, he's just been wrestling really well, and not just like one-dimensional. It's like multi-dimensional, hitting more than one shot at once, just doing a really good job of following through with things, hitting second shots. There's a nice shot right there. Got the angle right away. There's a stall call. Forced another stall call right at the end of the period. I credit this referee for calling 2 stall calls in the center of the mat. But again, that comes from us shooting.
Yep. 10-2. Marinopoulos will start down to begin the second period. Hill leads. He's got 45 seconds towards his riding time. Hawks on top 25-6 in the team score. Marinopoulos to his feet. We pull him back down to his base. Hop over to that right side, trying to pull that wrist back. Marinopoulos trying to hip down on that side, and they're going to stop for potentially dangerous. Hill was trying to get that arm on the back. Kind of looked at referee Peter Mankiewicz and asked him the situation, kind of nodded like, okay, I get what you're saying. Well, I understand. Now he'll just start neutral to intentionally give the point, so that'll make it 10-3. 1:13 of riding time for Hill. Snaps, tries to get to that high crotch on the other side, but Marinopoulos cleared out. Bradley again. Coming across with 1:10 to go. Trying to pull him down with that collar. Sweeps at the leg, missed it, comes right back, gets to it. They go out of bounds, head back to the center with 1:01 to go. Check out the Iowa Style Apparel retail store located in the strip mall just south of Target on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel offers the latest looks for a variety of local sports teams, including an expansive wrestling section. Check out the Iowa Style Apparel retail store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids, or shop online at iowastyleapparel.com. Hill, another attempt right there, gets a stall call, gives himself a point, makes it 11-3 now. 40 seconds to go in the second period. Underhook, throw by, looking for that leg. Marinopoulos squares back up. Throwing it by again. Now Marinopoulos tries to throw us by, and we just slip out of that and come back over top of the hips right on the edge of the mat and cover for 3. 14-3 is the lead. Our fans are awesome. Start neutral again, makes it 14-4. 15 seconds left. Interesting that he chose to go neutral with just 20 seconds left in the period.
Come on, Bradley. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it. Good attempt, though.
Good shot, but he just couldn't quite finish. 14-4. 1:17 of riding time. Bradley will start down here to begin the third period. Bradley set. Marinopoulos covers. No real move from either guy. Now Bradley to his feet. Hand control escape. Comes across with that underhook, throwing it by, getting to the leg. Trying to limp arm out, hanging onto that ankle. Stepping all the way across, and there he's able to pop that arm out and gets the 3. 18-4, 18-5 with the escape. Shot from Marinopolis. Hill able to stuff him.
Come on, get to the leg.
Gets back to that leg.
Keep him in bounds.
Marinopolis reaching back, grabbing ours. Now we look to throw a cradle in. Right, it throws him up over. Bradley Hill.
Pin him. We got it. We're going to get
trying to adjust. Settle through and gets it.
Woo! There's a pin. Yeah, I love it. That's how you do it. You get to the point where it's either going to be attack and you put him on his back, you either pin him or it's going to be attack and then you get the pin. That's awesome.
5 minutes and 43 seconds, the time of the fall. Hawkeyes up 31-6 as we head to the heavyweights, a.k.a. 125 tonight. We'll have it when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Cheers to quality beers. The city of Coralville will host the 12th Burfest on Saturday, January 27th. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from Iowa at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's 4th Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
Hey Hawkeye fans, this is Monica from Monica's. Randy always told Chef Sal and me that family comes first. So I'm here with my son to invite you to stop by before or after your favorite university event. We are proud of our Hawkeye coworkers, including Sal's daughter, Miss Sarah, and hope you know that if you are headed to Carver or Hampshire, our awesome food, full bar, and Monica's family await. We hope to see you soon. And what do you say, Meyer?
Go Hawks!
You wouldn't wear the same clothes every day, so why are you drinking only one kind of beer? Experience the largest area selection of craft beer at local craft cellar. Craft beer, non-alcoholic beverages, snacks, meats, and the hard stuff too. Bourbon, tequila, gin, and more. There really is something for everyone and every occasion at local craft cellar. Stop in today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to Huff Hall, the campus of the University of Illinois. We move to the final match of the night. 125 pounds. Drake Ayala for the Hawkeyes, sophomore at 15-2, dropped down to number 5 after getting knocked off by Ramos of Purdue last week. He'll be taking on either Cardani or Riley. We'll wait to see who Illinois announces. 31-6, the team score in favor of the Hawkeyes. You've got fans making fun of us for what we're talking about and yawning. My wife's sending text messages making fun of us about what we're talking about.
I don't look for this match here to go the entire 7 minutes either. I'd love to see Drake Ayala get a pin too.
It is Cardani. And this is the only previous matchup that we've had. Back in 2022, Ayala won this match by a score of 7-4. Cardani, a senior, been around a while. He is from right here in Champaign. Comes out with a sleeve on his left shoulder. Underway here, final match of the night. Cardani, hand to Drake's forehead, trying to stay away from him. Drake wrestling down on a knee. Being patient as Cardani just dancing away from him.
He's staying away from him big time. Staying away. Staying away. Staying away. We could do a remake of that song. Just kind of mix it up a little bit.
Matt Nelson 2 hours, 7 minutes. We'll talk about it to him afterwards. That's what you need to do for some of these highlights, or at least some of the blooper reels. Come up with a different version, staying away when guys are stalling so much. Shot finally from Cardani from a long ways away. We get a 2-on-1. Drake trying to get that head to the opposite side. Cardani pushing our head away. Now we try to pop, go to the other leg.
Drake doing a good job being patient, though. He's not like overly chased him. He's got to go after him, but Cardani's just backing up, trying to get Drake to come into him. Drake's just got to get his hands on him. Right now is a
slide by attempt. He actually went too far. Comes back the other way. There's a reshot by Cardani. Or you're able to sprawl back right on the edge, go out of bounds, no points.
This kid's just being very elusive is a really good word to use right now.
Drake. I like Drake. Hand on his knee, looking at him. Cardani looking at him. Drake kind of puts his palm up like, what are you going to do? Are we going to wrestle, or are you going to run away from me all night? There's a stall call against Cardani. Backing up. There, he tries to duck into a shot right on the edge. Drake forces him out of bounds, head back to the center. 1:17 to go. The shot again from that non-tie. Cardani, 2 hands to our leg, but we're able to stuff
right
it.
There, pick right there.
Front headlock for Drake.
There you go. Good job, Drake. Will be misdirection.
Faked right, went back to the left.
Went to the left. Nice job.
Cardani tries to somersault, and we just let him go all the way through and then get back around behind the hips for 3.
Nice job.
50 seconds to go in the first. Ayala with a 3-0 lead. Cardani was flattened out. Now he works up to his base. Drake hopping over to the right side. We're going to trap that far wrist. Nothing there. Now working the near wrist as he gets him flattened down again. Deep waist on the left side. Cardani reaching back, trying to peel that out. 20 seconds to go in the first. Ayala. Riding parallel, but he's trying to get his wrist figured out down there. Actually, he's got that chicken wing up on the right side, but Cardani's hanging on to our left wrist underneath the belly as the period comes to an end. 3-0 in favor of Ayala. Main Street Sweets, been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for nearly 15 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com.
Man, this Cardani is just
clingy.
A clingy leech, and he's just one of those guys, just tough, hard to wrestle.
Drake started down, got to his feet, gets out for the escape. Again, Drake has to be smart because Cardani clearing away. There, Drake tries a little slide by, couldn't get all the way around behind, gets into a 2-on-1. Head on the opposite side, go to the edge. Cardani drops for a shot, and they're going to call him for stalling. That should be a point. So that'll make it 5-0. And there again, from his knees, Drake reaching a little bit, trying to get across to him, and Cardani dives in. And that's been his MO. I mean, Cardani backing out, wanting to get Drake just stepping into him. And there is a stalemate with 1:12 to go. Drake keeping that hand low as he's coming across. And Cardani, before Drake can even get his hands on him, Cardani's over to the edge of the mat. Snap into a front headlock, but Cardani clears out of it. Cardani, half attempt there. Drake reshoots, gets
Nice
to the
shot.
leg.
Good job
Cuts off to a
reshooting
double,
there.
dumps him down. Trying to step over and covers for the 3. Makes it 8-0 now in favor of Ayala.
Nice shot. Good finish right there by Drake. He did a good job getting to the legs that time. That wasn't easy, and he hit it like a reshot.
He's got the chicken wing, and Cardani reaches over, grabs his own wrist, or his own hand right there. Drake trying to hop over to the other side, see if he can pull that wing across to him. 20 seconds left. Now he loses the wing. Cardani bellied out. Drake goes cross-face to the far wrist. Nothing there. There's another stall call. Make it 9-0. Now he levers the triceps. Driving forward, trying to get that wing in again. And the period will come to an end. Ayala on top 9-0. 1:30 of riding time. It will be Cardani's choice. He'll choose down. He gets set. Drake covers. Right away, this time he explodes up to his feet. Drake lets him out for the escape. Reaches across for a shot, but good down block. 9-1 is the lead for Ayala. He's got 1:33 of riding time. Patiently comes across, gets his hands on Cardani. Underhook, snap, go behind. Cardani tries to roll, and Drake just stuffed the head. Finishes for the 3, comes right back out front for the escape. Snaps, goes to the other leg. Cardani trying to do the splits. Drake gets back up over.
Oh, he had it.
Had the somersault right on the edge.
Pull back in, Drake. Drake's usually pretty good about this.
Go to the head. Go to the head. Cradle.
Just keep pulling him in. Just keep pulling him in. Keep pulling him in, Drake.
There he does. Watch your own ankle.
Oh,
there's a somersault. We let him somersault all the way through, though, and stuff him for 3. And just like that, minute 10 to go. Drake on top 15-2. 15-3. Out of bounds. Head back to the center. 1:07 to go. Now Cardani finally comes across. Gets his hands on us. Nice low single right there by Drake. Splits by Cardani. We shelf the leg.
One more.
Pull him to us.
That's it.
And there is the 3-point takedown, and that is going to do it. Drake Ayala wins by a score of 8-3. Danny, take care, my man. Danny Oltz heading out. 36-6, the final score in favor of the Hawkeyes. We will take a timeout. We'll be back with your post-meet right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I'm Ingrid Lizarraga, breast surgeon at the University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center, the state's only NCI-designated cancer center. Here, we look beyond just the type of cancer you have to discover the molecular details of the disease. We have teams dedicated to each cancer type, with treatments and trials you won't find anywhere else in Iowa. Go to uihc.org/cancer.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Fran McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
The final score from Huff Hall in Champaign. The Iowa Hawkeyes with the win over Illinois this evening. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside back to wrap things up. And Mark, coming into it, we knew that this was going to be a situation where we want to see the Hawks put some points on the scoreboard, do some good things. And again, winning 8 out of 10 matches, the 2 we lost coming in sudden victory. And we were able to find ways to do what we needed to, get those points going, and get the 36-6 win here tonight.
Yeah, we put up a lot of points tonight. We got a pin tonight. That was awesome to see out of Bradley Hill. The 2 matches we lost tonight were overtime matches, and both of them were the same score, 4-1. And then those 2 guys, Caleb Rachi and Riggins, they just need to work harder, try and get takedowns earlier in the match and get to guys earlier in the match. Not let's go to overtime. Shouldn't have to go that far, but great wrestling by the guys overall tonight. They put up a lot of points like we talked about. They're listening to Coach Tom Brands. Coach Tom Brands, repeatedly had to keep telling guys, let them up, let's go, let them up, you know, and slowly developing the right mentalities for some of these guys up and down the line. And what we've been talking about is it doesn't have to be that hard, and it doesn't have to be that hard to score points. And the more you have matches like this in Purdue and you start putting up tech falls and a pin for Bradley and major decisions and stuff, then the easier and easier it's going to be to do that. And it's going to become habit forming. You're just going to get used to letting a guy up and taking him down. You're going to get used to trying to bump a guy forward, get a wrist, turn him over, get some near fall points. So we're slowly getting there. I love to see it, and it was another great dual meet here I shouldn't say great. It was another good dual meet for the Hawks because we did lose 2 in overtime that were very winnable matches for us.
Well, and it was a situation coming in, and Sunday's going to be a very similar situation of you've got on paper matchups that we should win. You can easily go into that and maybe not have the right mindset, maybe have a little bit of a letdown and have it be a harder match than it needs to be, make it a closer score. Came in here tonight and had that mentality and continued to push to get, instead of a decision, get a major. Instead of a major, get a tech fall. In the case of Bradley Hill, you've got your tech fall, but hey, let's figure out how to get the fall at the same time. And, that's the mindset that can sometimes, plague you a little bit is I should win this match pretty easily so I don't have to try very hard. But like we said many times, it's D1 wrestling. You do have to make it hard to make it easier for yourself. You know that it's going to be a challenge. You work that much harder to make it that much easier.
One thing that I've been talking about, too, is about how you get a guy to the edge, and you almost get that major, you almost get that tech, and then sometimes you just kind of let up, and you got to, push him off the edge, push him over, and that's what we're getting better at doing, and I credit a lot of that to Tom Brands tonight, where he's jumping up and hollering and waving his arms, telling these guys to let him go, let him cut him, because if he wasn't doing that, we'd be keeping these guys in the matches with us, and I love to see it. I love to see how they respond to the coaching staff.
36-6, the final score in favor of the Hawkeyes. And get ready for Northwestern on Sunday. Again, we started things off at 133 pounds here tonight. Colin Schriever gets the 9-1 major decision. He was down 1-0 going into the third, and he put 9 points on the board in that third period. Brody Teske bumping up to 141. He wins by a score of 5-0. Caleb Bracci dropping a 4-1 sudden victory to number 8 Cannon Webster. At 157, 21-5, the tech fall for Jared Franek in the third period. Michael Caliendo, a 17-2 tech fall in the second period. Patrick Kennedy with the win of the night, 5-1 over number 3 Edmund Ruth. Aiden Riggins dropped a 4-1 match in sudden victory. Glazier gets an 18-3 tech fall in the second period. Bradley Hill gets the fall in 5:43. And Drake Ayala, the 18-3 tech fall in the third period, leads to the 36-6 win for the Hawkeyes. So we're going to get things packed up, head over to the hotel, and get ready to get on the road again. We will head up to Evanston tomorrow. We will wrestle at Northwestern on Sunday. And that is a 2 o'clock start. We will go on the air with our pre-meet coverage starting at 1:45. Big thank you to everybody for listening in and sending us messages, keeping us updated. Big thank you, of course, to Danny Oltza for coming in and talking to us at the intermission. I forgot to ask, is he going to go up to Evanston on Sunday too?
No,
probably not, because he's coming back from Des Moines. That's
yeah.
right. So that's all right. Hopefully he's able to raise a lot of money for his cause over there in Des Moines this weekend as well. Huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Without them, it wouldn't be possible for Mark and I to be on the road and bring all of these matches to you folks back in eastern Iowa. So until Sunday afternoon, this is Stephen Grace. You have been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
It's the big one. It's the big one. Right now. It's the big one.
Big one.
Right now. It's
the Big One trade-in sales event at Carousel Pre-Owned. Push it, pull it, or drag it in. We'll give you $3,000 guaranteed minimum for any trade, or $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Plus, at Carousel Pre-Owned, check out the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in eastern Iowa, all with zero down and zero payments until spring. Come see Mr. Vice the Trade Man and get up to $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your old ride. Worried about your credit? Forget it. Carousel Pre-Owned has guaranteed credit approval. Think you owe too much on your trade? Not this month. Mr. Vice will get you out of your current ride, even if you push, pull, or drag it in. $3,000 guaranteed minimum for your trade. But only at Carousel Pre-Owned on Stevens Drive, next to Hy-Vee on Waterfront. Online at bestdealiowa.com. Bestdealiowa.com. Offer with approved credit plus tax tag and $69 documentation. Credit may affect down payment.
Winter. Time for hot cocoa, warm sweaters, and dryer vent fires? Clogged dryer vents are a major fire hazard, especially in winter. So watch out for the warning signs, like clothes taking forever to dry or coming out scalding hot. Don't wait for smoke signals. Schedule a dryer vent cleaning with Corridor Duct Cleaning. Corridor Duct Cleaning will clear out all that pesky lint and dust and save you money on energy bills. For a safer, happier home, head to CorridorDuctCleaning.com today.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer. Pioneer combines cutting-edge research with one of the largest local testing programs in the industry to help farmers succeed. Pioneer, what's next happens here. Also brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. And by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
An NBA star can go and try to get 70. Which is awesome, right? And the NBA, we talked about it last hour, how big a deal that would be for the league if they saw that. Everybody be tuning in. It would mean unbelievable amounts of added attention for the NBA they've never had before, because no one would get tired of seeing 70, 80, 85, 90. But the flip side of it is this, is that you don't always win. Right? It doesn't always, you don't always win, because we saw 2 of these 4 games result in defeats. Again, very selfish. Karl Anthony Towns, 62 points.
Well, he was an angry elf. I mean, Finch was not happy.
Karl, very tall though, Karl Anthony Towns. It's a situation where, yeah, guys can do it, but it doesn't necessarily always mean you're going to win. And that's the thing, is that, well, if you go for these points, well, this shows you a lot about this gives you a big peek into the NBA that, okay, as great as individual players are, if they don't have the supporting cast, to blame LeBron all the time for not winning, to blame Giannis all the time for not winning, right? To blame Steph all the time for not winning. You have to have some kind of cast, because these guys could go for these kind of numbers.
Why are you showing off the great and powerful Oz on a Friday night? How dare you?
I'm telling you, man.
Why'd you pull that curtain back, man?
It doesn't always
Listen,
mean you can
Toto.
win. It doesn't. I felt the rains. It doesn't always mean meet you all the way. It doesn't always mean that you're going to go win a game.
And you go see Ringo and his all-star band. You can hear those performed live. But legit, right? We see those singular efforts. I mean, go back in history, all the great scorers, and how often did their teams really win? They didn't, right? I mean, Jordan is the anomaly to all of that. Now, he also presided over an era where he basically didn't let anybody else win.
Nobody else won.
So guys that were big-time scorers, like, yeah, you keep your scoring title. I'm going to go win the championship. But we've watched over this week, I mean, some remarkable performances. I mean, Booker's was thrilling in its own right? 62 points, huge effort. It's just kind of funny that 2 nights after the principals in that, right, because the guy that got ejected was wearing the Booker jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, what's the rule?
Well, this had to do with Doncic's 73
I'm
points.
tying them together, though.
The guy wearing the Booker jersey, we have to do that.
He inspired Luka to this effort. And Booker was right there with him, right? Said, all right, let's go do this.
Maybe it
thing.
was Booker. Maybe it was him in watching the game. People don't think it's me. They won't think it's me. I'm just going to yell,
Just
hey,
put a
Luka,
hat on
get on
and
the
that.
treadmill, Luka.
Ventriloquist. Devin Booker.
Treadmill works for Luka, though. Treadmill works.
Well, that, and he did pay a visit to the TNT studios yesterday. You saw that. Said, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just let it go. So maybe he was offering up some kind of sacrifice to the basketball gods for a night like this as well. And don't tell me he's not trying to figure out where that guy is. You see me? You see me now, huh? I was waiting for him to go up to the camera, start grabbing it.
You see, see what I can do? I just ran more than I would if I got on a treadmill. So,
And I made the right basketball play down the stretch.
He had a chance to get probably 5 more points in that game. He had an open 3, and he had a chance for a layup, and he made a pass to his teammates, part of his 7-assist night, where we could have been talking about him narrowly missing Kobe. We could have been talking about him at 78.
How about that? The last 2 minutes of that game, maybe about 2.5 minutes, you and I were on the edges of our seat. Every time he touched the ball, we went, is he going to get 82? Is he going to get there today?
The one play he made where he got the ball behind the arc when he's got 73 and the defender rushes at him and Luka does the calm sidestep. He's got an open 3.
Yeah, that guy
He's got
flew
a
right
wide
past him
open
again.
3. And instead, he whips it over to his teammate who hits a 3.
It's a good-looking
at the
pass,
top,
though,
at the
wasn't
top
it?
of the rim. Yeah, it was a great-looking pass.
Go.
Great. But that was strictly Luka in the moment going, I have 73. Boy, they're going to say how unselfish I am and say great things about me after the game if I make this pass. Because Luka thinks about his image, thinks about what it does. People are thinking about what they would say about them. No, normally I wouldn't care.